going on, y'all?
Yes.
Welcome to this week's episode of Everyday People, Everyday Conversations. I'm one of your co-hosts, Tiffany D. Collins.
And I'm your girl, Tiffany Tiffco Joseph. And we're going to drop some nuggets tonight.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Anika Roseborough, better known as
Nika
Rica. You know it.
And what up, Pete? This is your man, Vashawn, holding it down for all the men and all the bros out there.
So make sure y'all please tune in to the end of the show and chime into our hot topics and our main topics as well.
Listen, y'all. We got some hot, juicy conversation for y'all on tonight. Unless you have been living under a rock and just don't keep up with nothing. Y'all know Houston has been under attack for the past 7 days.
Amen.
But to God be the glory. We are on the other side of that mountain. So thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So we are definitely going to be discussing that on tonight. So you want to stay tuned for the entire show, okay?
And also go on Facebook, like, share our page, Everyday People, Everyday Conversations. Also go on YouTube and check us out. Just type in Epic EPEC Talk Show to put up previous shows. Also, you can Google us. Hashtag Epic Talk Show.
Yes, indeed. So y'all listen, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just chime right into it because, again, we have a lot that we need to cover on tonight. We want to see these comments light up because I know everybody got something to say. If you stay in or around the Houston area, you should have something to say. You should be tuning in because by now I know the majority of people, even if you don't have lights, you at least I know you got some type of internet connection. So chime on into this show, watch with us, talk with us, and let's just talk about it, y'all.
Absolutely. First and foremost, before we get started with our conversation about Hurricane Earl, I just ask that we just take a moment of silence. We did, according to now, 13 people lost their lives.
Jesus.
And this destructive Category 5 hurricane that hit Houston, Texas, and was very devastating. Not just because of the winds, but because of the power grid that was knocked out of whack. Well, just give us a second to bow our heads for those families that lost their loved ones, and for those of us that are still suffering in the midst of this and at this particular hour. Amen.
So listen, y'all, let's talk about it. So our main topic tonight is going to be about Beryl, but we're going to discuss a couple of other hot topics prior to that. Y'all, let's chime in into this Project 2025.
Okay.
First of all, have y'all heard of Project 2025?
No,
we haven't. I haven't heard too much information about it.
All right. So if that's the case, you know what?
Tell us what it is, Tim.
We're going to all get educated tonight because I'm not the guru on it, but I'm going to tell you what I've researched. So basically, the Project 2025, it is set out for 4 main aims, which is to restore the family as the centerpiece of American life, dismantle the administrative state, defend the nation's sovereignty and borders, secure God-given individual rights to live freely. Now,
who
this is basically something that the Republican Party, like, so if the Trump administration was to win, Project 2025 will go into play. And so, and if they don't, they already have what they call the Democrats. The Democratic Party is already backed up by Jared Huffman, and that's a Stop Project 2025 task force that's trying to combat that.
But now I hear that Trump, he said he didn't even know who was in charge of that. He didn't know nothing about it.
So now, you know what, I ain't gonna talk bad about the man, but I'm just saying, you know, I don't think he's the brightest Sharpie in the box. But anyway, his administration, I think, is fully aware of that. But it highlights things like abortion and family. So the purpose under the Project 2025 is to maintain a biblically based social science reinforced definition of marriage and family. Now, here's the thing. So let's just kind of stop right there for a minute. So biblically speaking, in normal terms, I know we talked about this before. I'm not for abortion, but I think that is relative to the situation. Like,
Mhm,
generally speaking, if you're just out there just kind of doing your thing, no. But if you get raped or if something of that magnitude happens, I feel like it's the woman's right to do whatever
What
they
she
feel like they
want.
need to do with their body because it's her body.
Yeah.
But with this, the problem that I don't have an issue with staying biblically based, but that's relative. People pick and choose what parts of the Bible that they want to follow. Because if that's the case, Trump, if this is something that you want to enforce because it's biblically based, then racism is a sin, bro. Going around messing with females' body parts and kissing them and doing all of that, like, is that biblically based? I don't think so. So don't sit up here and tell you that you want to do this under your Project 2025 when you're not following all other parts of the Bible. You either gonna follow it or you not.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take on that.
And I also wrote a couple of things down. It says the proposal for the Project 2025 include cuts to food stamps, federal student loan forgiveness programs. I'm saying cuts to it, and tax bracket changes and a rate cut for high income investors.
See,
I also read that too.
And my thing, that's just
I found on that. You know, everybody, and the Bible also said that the poor will be amongst us forever. So that'll never be eradicated. So if you're talking about getting rid of food stamps, then you know what you're gonna do about them? How they gonna eat? Yeah. And then they speaking about ending homelessness. That it's gonna be a law now against the law for people to actually be homeless.
So, but what resources are you offering? Okay, nobody's out here choosing to be homeless. I sincerely doubt somebody wakes up and say, I'm going to be homeless today.
Right.
So if you're going to make that a law against people being homeless, what resources are you providing? Since you're cutting food stamps, you're cutting all the resources that helps them. What are you going to do to help them not be homeless? I'm just saying, you're going to put something out there. You got to have some type of resources to back it up.
Well, that's what they say about the Democratic Party. And that's the reason why they say that, I guess, colored people or people of low income like the Democratic Party, because they give out a lot of handouts and stuff like that. But we have to. We can't just, you know, we have to take care of each other. And this world only can operate if we scratch each other's back. The poor, the strong, the different classes. And we all have to still take care of each other. Because the poor will always be amongst us.
And also it goes to show that the low income white people who are backing up Trump need to take heed, because this affect y'all too.
Yeah.
You know, your dumb asses.
Like, it ain't even color. It's not color based. It's class based.
Yeah.
Whatever class you fall in. Like, it ain't even racially based at this point. Whatever class you fall in. Yeah, it's about money.
Yeah, and, you know, and they give their last dollar to this dude, man. Yeah. They just as poor as we are.
Yeah.
You know, he just taking their money doing all kinds of stuff.
Well, you know, speaking of that, you know, this last guy was 20 years old. I mean, if he hadn't, if you know, at the election rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, Saturday, President Trump was shot in the ear, and they said they shot him in the ear because he happened to turn, and the bullet got him
grazed his
head.
Oh yeah, so it was an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Well, where was the security? Because some people were saying they didn't have no security like around where the gunman was.
I think it's suspect because like right behind the bleachers where the audience was, that was behind him, is some buildings. They had a secret agent snipers up there, right? Across from them was the building the dude was laying on, which didn't have any trees or cover. You can clearly see him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it wasn't nothing in front of the building. The trees was like behind the building.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, like, if they're up on buildings across from, they should have saw the guy.
Yeah, who they looking at? Who they looking for?
And also, it was about another inch to his left, or if I'm facing him, the inch to his right, he'd have been dead.
Yeah, but somebody did lose their lives though.
Yeah, somebody did,
and two people were
injured. He kept shooting. Somebody did lose their life.
And a lot of people are saying that they think it was like a fake assassination attempt. But see, if it was staged, like
that's what I hear too.
Somebody died.
Somebody died. That's what I'm saying. So I would hate to think that. Okay, so if y'all staging this and y'all's attempt was to get Trump, but y'all killed somebody else.
Yeah,
that's a whack attempt. Y'all another life died in place of his. Like, that's the case. If it was fake, if Trump wasn't gonna die, nobody should have died.
Right.
Like you could have shot up in the air, or I don't know, but somebody died that shouldn't have died. And let me rephrase what I just said. I'm not a fan of Trump, and I'm not. I know a lot of us are not. We don't really like Trump like that, but it's wrong for us to wish that he was shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish death upon nobody. So let me make that clear. I'm not laughing at the fact that he was shot, and if he would have died, I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm not gonna make a mockery of his death.
You don't do that.
I don't have hate in my heart like that. But at the same time, since he was missed, nobody should have got shot. So I don't think it was fake.
My thing of it is, sometimes, I feel like the President Trump have a God complex. Like he up there with God, he's untouchable. He is, and so I'm trying to think about after he was shot. Let's go back and revisit that moment. Okay, after he was shot and they whisked him back up from the ground and whisked him to hit the vehicle, he was pumping his fist saying fight.
So he still walked out talking trash after you got shot.
So what would you mean fight? Fight for what? Fight what?
Right.
January 6th all over again. He's trying to get him
you're trying to get him all right, tell him to fight on the cool, do something about this.
It's already, I feel like whatever the intent was of that whole situation, if nothing else, it definitely invoked hate into people's hearts. It's causing racial tension to rise back up again from when he first got back into office back in January of 2017. Because back in January 2017, people got real bold, but they look Confederate flags and all that stuff. It's like that stuff is slowly, those feelings are coming back after that happened.
But one thing I could smile about when they reported that the guy was a Republican, so I was kind of happy about that.
The guy that shot him?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They actually disclosed that. Shockingly, he was a Republican. So I got to think, I'm like, maybe the Republicans was trying to take him out because the RNC is like what, next week or a couple of weeks from now. But yeah.
And the young man, he worked for a nursing home.
Oh wow!
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last he went in practice too. They said when they confiscated his things, they did ramshack his car, his house, and things like that. They found that he had told his dad he was going to the gun range, so he was practicing, baby.
Wow.
Well, I have a comment. Carol Ann, she says no fakeness for that. He's reaping what he saw.
And so another thing, so it's some comments here too that we missed, y'all. Let's see. So Miss LaKenya Owens, thank you for chiming in. She says, Project 2025, please research it. This is something that is going to get Trump and all of his followers back in power. He will remove anyone that does not agree with his policies. And then Donna Owens, what's going on, y'all? Tell those beautiful ladies I said hello. Hey, Pop.
Hey, Pop.
And then Deborah Lee says, again, Oregon State is full of Caucasian in the food state office. They have more whites than any other nationalities getting benefits. That's why the people get a lot of help in Oregon.
But I hear that this the incident that happened with the shooting, it may have an effect on the election, that Donald Trump may win the election.
It probably will. He sympathy votes. That's what I think.
And then you got Biden. Yeah, Biden said he don't know how it's going to affect either way.
Now, what about
none of
this?
Us know.
What about this? The daddy. Yes, Carol Ann, I did hear that too. That the daddy brought the gun. He didn't buy it for his son to just go shoot at somebody, but he had bought it like months ago.
Yeah.
A while ago, yeah.
Wow. The bottom line is, people, vote this coming November. I need everybody to vote. I don't care if, I know a lot of people have this thing in their mind. Well, they already know what choice they gonna make. My vote don't count. If for no other reason, I need, especially if you are African American, if for no other reason, I need you to go out there and vote to pay homage to our ancestors because they died. To pay homage to people who did not get the privilege that we now have. For that reason only, forget about what you think your vote gonna do. You do, that's just like anything else. Okay, whatever your intent is, as long as your intent is to vote the right person, you have no control over what the outcome is. You just do what you're supposed to do.
And my thing is this, You know, if it wasn't, if your vote didn't matter, why are they trying so hard?
Mm-hmm.
Why so much money into the election?
Yeah.
You know, do it. You know, go ahead and vote. Let's make the sacrifice to vote, even if you have to work. I realize that a lot of times on voting days you have to work.
Mm-hmm.
Early
votes.
Hey, they let you off work to go vote.
That's right.
They're supposed to.
So that's no excuse.
So if for those that don't know, they should allow you some time to vote on that day.
It's a lot easier and quicker to early vote.
Yeah, that's
early vote. Don't wait till the last minute. Treat it like a free before 11. Early vote. Make that your priority to early 11. Vote.
Because we ain't gonna be talking about cheating and all that.
Yeah,
Trump, we're not having it out of you this year. That somebody cheating. If you lose, you lose.
Hey man, you know
if
Trump,
you win, you win.
You know Trump go start it.
And she told me, don't start it, Miss Bora, talking about mailing your vote. Go vote.
Get your lazy asses up.
Vote.
Get up, man. Get up and go.
Get up and go vote. If you have the ability to get up and go vote, get up and vote. Like, no excuses. I don't listen. I can't make nobody do nothing. But to me, it's like, you know, I don't even care who you vote for. Just utilize your right to vote. Like, I would rather hear that you voted for somebody that I'm against than to hear that you didn't vote at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to hear no black people out here talking about they not voting.
Because your vote, hear it. Your vote does count.
Yes.
And make sure you pay attention to those polling machines because they do tricky stuff with those things. So keep your eye on it as you making your selection.
Yeah. And you know what? And it's just not black people. Everybody needs to vote.
Everybody needs to vote.
This is a right for all of us. For all of us, it's something that we have to do as a country, you know, and do what we feel is best. You know, we don't know what party, what God, but God is in control. But I do know this, y'all, that Louisiana is bringing prayer back in school.
Come on, Louisiana.
And they're putting that stuff back. They already put it back.
They need
and so a lot of people are going to adopt that. So we see how far this country has gone.
And gone out of this.
Yeah, we've been out of control since we've been trying to eliminate what it's founded on. It's supposed to be on Christian beliefs, and now we're getting away from it.
Yep.
Even if the Christian beliefs was wrong, they still were Christian belief, and the Bible can steer us the right way.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like whenever people, and we not turning this into no Bible study, y'all. But whenever people want to like talk against it, one thing I will say, and that's to me, I feel like we can all agree upon this. It don't tell you to do nothing wrong.
Right.
It tells you, or it encourages you to do good things
to each other.
Yes. Yeah.
And to love, but a lot of times people feel like being soft in nature is weak.
Mm-mm.
Even Malcolm X told Martin Luther King that he said, "You need to quit all that singing and start swinging." You know, and I get it. Sometimes you you keep poking the bear.
Yeah.
You know, and then the bear want to fight back, and then you keep trying to tell them to bridle themselves down, quiet down, hold up, wait a minute, and that'd be the problem. Sometimes you get tired. You get tired of being picked on.
Right.
Yeah.
You just want to fight back. But
they say, watch out for those quiet ones.
Yeah.
They used to say, call me unquiet.
the quiet storm. She ain't quiet no more, y'all. She erupted. This Hurricane Nika.
For real.
Watch out for her, y'all. Category 5. Now I'm just playing.
10.
So Murder Ford.
Oh, Murder Ford says, yes, we need to vote because our life depends on it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It does.
What up, Auntie?
Absolutely.
Thank y'all. We'd like to thank y'all again for tuning in to us. Last Monday, that's when that hurricane came in. What were y'all doing when the hurricane came? You know, by the time I woke up at 4:00 that morning, the damage had been done. The trees was down. My trees was naked. My swing was cocked over there, and trees are all everywhere. So when did that wind, that heavy gust of wind really start? Did it start like?
I think it started different parts for everybody because with my area, I didn't hear it coming in until like 4:00, and you just say around 4.
That's when I woke up.
The damage was already done.
In my area,
think that's when that heat went out. That he said, "Wake your ass up." And then I said, okay.
Well, I started hearing the winds and like the thundering and the lightning and stuff, like in the Katy Richmond area, like around 2:30ish.
Okay.
But my lights went out like at 5 something in the morning. So,
yeah. Wow.
You see
It was about 6:00.
Oh, that's
when your lights went out.
That's when the wind had been going since probably about 5, but the lights went out at about 6.
Oh, so my lights went out at 7. I had just clocked in for work, and then as soon as I clocked in, it went out.
My thing of it is, y'all notice when I asked them when the winds and the hurricanes start, every only thing these people in Houston
It's about
remember
the
is when
power.
them lights went out.
The power.
Yeah.
They
And
didn't
y'all,
care nothing about the wind.
Man.
nothing.
They
We
was
ain't
like,
focusing
they can
on
tell
that.
you what time. I bet you can tell what time that power went out.
Boy, for
On a
real.
dot.
My power went out at 5 something.
But
Wow.
y'all-
4:27 on the dot.
But
I've seen the clock.
listen,
Man.
at least Tiff, your power came back on the same day.
Yeah, we was out. My power was out for like 15 hours, and here's the thing. So here's a good thing that I would say that the hurricane brought. The hurricane, for most people that I know anyway, it caused people to come together. Because baby, at my house, it was like, shoot, baby, we had my aunt, my cousin, we had a friend, his son. We had everybody named mama in the house.
Yeah.
And you know what? We wanted to do that because to me, in this time, it's times like this, you should come together and be family, be friends, come together, because you never know, like it can flip the switch. Like when it comes again, we could be the ones that don't have it and need to go somewhere.
Well, I want to send a shout out to my cousin Tasha, who opened her doors to us, me and my family, half and half. And then I like to send a shout out to my sister Paula, who let my other daughter and her kids stay over there. They was packed like sardines, and we was packed like sardines at my cousin's house. And all we did was we came together, we cooked some good meals together,
And watch movies.
and had a good time. It felt like an Airbnb. Almost like a little much needed vacation.
Yeah. And I want to send a shout out.
Nowhere, but we was able to leave.
I want to send a shout out to my sister Marcella. She's watching now, for allowing me, Gary, and Marlon to come and invade her space.
Yes.
Because Monday night we stayed at the apartment and it was hot.
Suffered.
We were suffering.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday we decided to just drive. We pretty much was in the cars the whole day Tuesday.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people did.
They slept in their cars.
Did you have power?
No, I didn't have power until Friday at 6:00 p.m.
From Monday to Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was for
And,
me too.
Were you able to go anywhere in between?
Well, no. Reason being because all the hotels was full. And most of the people,
I heard that
people
too.
I know, their power was out, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then we did have like one spot, my wife's friend, but we have 2 pit bulls, so we just can't be dragging dogs over their house.
Right.
You actually stayed in the house.
Yeah. But
So,
I
Beryl,
told
how did you survive? Like, how did you get through it?
But first of all, I'm country. I'm used to the heat. And back in the day, man, we used to be out in the heat like all day long playing basketball.
But it wasn't
but not this kind of heat though.
It was triple digits. It wasn't as humid in Arkansas, but it was hot, like triple digits hot.
Okay.
Just without the humidity.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm still, I'm used to that. But,
wow.
Yeah, but it was rough. I tried to get my wife to go to her friend. She didn't want to leave, but I actually had to put my dogs in the kennel, which is, man, a kennel. Ooh, that shit. Ooh, it costs a lot.
It is.
Really?
And $100 a day.
You know what you should have did? I'm gonna tell you what you should have done. You should have took your pets to PetSmart, got them groomed, and left them there all day.
Some of the stores was without power too.
But wait a minute. So you telling me that you got your dogs to safety, but you suffered?
Yeah.
Baby, you have dominion over those dogs, sir.
But like I say, I've been through. This is like
it's nothing for you, huh?
the first hurricane. It's like I've been through hurricane stuff like this. I'm used to it from living in Louisiana.
Okay.
Especially going through Katrina. That thing that really got me used to go. Boy, it was really hot.
Right.
Steamy.
And normally normally the storms don't come in July. They come around September.
Yes, they
start early.
And it be
September.
cooler. The cool air kind of, you can just stay home. Because the first day, I was really talking trash. If anybody followed me, I was like, we bounced back. We Houston strong. The next day, I was in there looking like this, boy. Boy, my braids had been melted.
Oh, I got
not melted.
I got ramen noodles.
I got teased though Tuesday morning. I say around about 7 to 8. The power clicked on for 1 second.
Oh, that's messed up.
And then the transformer blew.
Oh,
I said,
that's what happened with ours. It blew.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But Kara Ann, she said if you would have reached out to Red Cross, they would have put your pets up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's good to know.
And that's what we need to do now. We need to also get all the resources and stuff to be
to help, because some people without power.
Yeah, so
like 200 and some thousand.
Yeah, one of my coworkers found out today he's still without power.
They were saying
something
like
Friday
before they can even come on. That was the electric company saying.
y'all, we have to talk about Centerpoint.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they call it what's
Centerpoint, you
list?
get an F. You
Oh.
get an F.
Y'all know the new name to Centerpoint
What
list?
is it?
Centerpoint list
Centerpoint
is
list.
what's been going
Y'all,
around.
because
This
to
is
me,
what
like,
they are.
y'all knew the storm was coming, and I'm not. To me, I understand. You know, it's y'all busy or whatnot, but y'all knew the storm was coming. It was almost like y'all should have just been waiting and just been like in every neighborhood, just waiting to get them things turned back on. It's like y'all were reactive versus being proactive.
Yes.
That's what I feel like.
What I learned is they had some people out there and they were taking pictures of all these people coming in. I heard it was a payment discrepancy with the
negotiating.
People. That's the reason why they weren't working.
Yeah.
They was here, had been there for days and could have been working and did not work because they didn't want to pay them. Them people had to pay for their own home and food. So it was no type of what's that payment they give you when
stipends and stuff.
Another word for stipend is like a everyday payment. What is it called?
Per diem.
Per diem.
Per diem.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they wasn't giving them per diem. So these people paying out their pocket, and then y'all wasn't gonna pay them right. And these people didn't drove from another state to help us.
Yeah, they've been negotiating.
And so is that why when some people was driving by, they would just see the trucks just lined up and people just end up not doing nothing, not working?
Because they had to negotiate their contract with them.
But
and hey, I don't blame them.
They got dangerous though in the Fort Bend area because people started shooting at the people, shooting at the Centerpoint workers.
And you know what?
Man,
like we was watching the news on Saturday, the Isaiah factor, and I think I had shared that in one of our groups. But at first, like Fort Bend wasn't being, I guess, recognized, or they wasn't accepting Fort Bend residents for the whole FEMA help. But because I guess they wasn't getting enough inquiries. But I guess after that word went out, it's like all of a sudden Fort Bend qualified or whatever the case was. But to me, I know Fort Bend is not as big as Harris County, but Fort Bend is a big enough county to where that should have been automatic.
Yeah,
like to me, everybody,
Missouri,
the whole city, like surrounding area, that should have just been like an automatic thing. Why y'all make people have to go through these hoops to qualify for FEMA?
And because I filled out the application too, and it's just problems. It kind of made me upset today because I had filled out the application on Friday, and when I go back on there, they're saying your application is incomplete. And I sat there. It took me an hour to fill that out.
Hey, let me just tell y'all.
Incomplete?
Huh?
What was incomplete? What?
It wasn't incomplete because I got a application ID number and everything. It wasn't incomplete, so I don't know what's going on with the system.
Well, let me just tell y'all about FEMA. I first got introduced to FEMA back in 2005 with Katrina, and them bastards still owe me money from 2005.
Are you serious?
2005?
Which I would never see it,
but
they still do. Yeah.
Wow. So there are so that hotline that is going around. So are they really paying out yet? Are they
obviously not? No. VO waiting about 20 years.
Some people got declined, so I don't know. But we need help. These people need help. Some people are still without power, so they need to come on with it.
And I had to, I paid for room and board. Not that they asked, but just out of courtesy, they can give some of these money back. But a lot of people don't have no money. We had to throw away all their food. People are starving. And even the food stamp people are not giving people money right off.
Got some information, Kara Ann. Girl, you dropping nuggets tonight. She said it depends on the category of the hurricane for FEMA. I didn't know that.
Crazy.
But they saying it was a 1. They
said it's a 5 too. That's what it said.
I don't know what Hurricane Beryl was.
I'll tell you what I feel like. I feel like everybody underestimated it. So, because baby, I don't think that was no category 1 because all those trees were lifted by the roots. Like the pieces of the grass were still attached to the root.
Yep.
Like how can a category 1 do that?
Over 30 trees uprooted from the earth.
Yes.
So what pushed that whole
ain't no category 1 did that.
Out? People have died from trees.
Yes.
And this thing,
people have died from heat exhaustion. Like, I mean, to me, this is just unacceptable. Like, I guess, okay, y'all, let's talk about how we can be better prepared as the season goes on. Like, I know for one, I feel like at a very minimum, we should all try to invest in a small generator. The $300, like you got the one that you get for like $300, and there's another one that you get for like thousands of dollars. At least get a small generator. At least get you like a battery operated fan that you can sit on the floor. It costs like $100. If you go to Home Depot
and Best Buy have them.
Yeah, it's $100.
So
but get you
start ordering them online.
Yeah.
And if you get generators, buy them by whatever wattage. So like a 2,000 square foot home will require probably a 10 8,000 to 15,000 wattage. If you want to power your whole house.
Now, but those things
But
about
you
$8,
can
$9,
Google that.
$10,000.
Yeah.
That ain't like nothing.
Y'all
that
got to
people
be careful.
The one
around.
I just described costs about 4 to 5 G, depending on the brand that you get.
Yeah.
And also, if
Yeah.
you do get a generator, please keep them outside.
I was
because
just about to say that because
you cannot keep
they
them
are
inside because the
hazardous.
carbon monoxide will kill you.
it will.
I have a
Yes.
homeboy. He was about maybe 6, 7, 8 years younger than I am, and he died. Him and his friend, another homeboy of mine, they was doing construction on the house. So the other guy left, and the dude was like, "I'm just gonna take a nap." And he had the generator in the house, and he thought he had enough ventilation in the house, and he didn't. He took a nap, and he never woke up.
Oh,
man.
wow.
And they were saying
Keep
that.
it outside.
They were saying that about that, you know, and
Uh-huh.
I hope that everybody don't assume that people just know that.
We need to take
You
a
know?
class on how to operate it.
Yeah.
Get you somebody that know what they're doing.
Mhm.
Like seriously, like we need to all invest in generators,
Mhm.
invest in battery operated things, battery operated radios, battery operated TVs, battery operated everything to kind of like help
Toys.
you ride. Yeah,
Because you wasn't
wish-
in touch because I
She
didn't
said,
have.
yeah.
I wasn't
You
watching.
agree with the
news.
toys?
I wasn't
Now,
watching.
no,
news.
whoa.
Hey,
sorry,
hey,
wait a
hey,
minute.
hey, hear that
I didn't get that
delegation?
point.
Hey, Epic family, y'all heard Tiffany.
No,
I said toys, and she said yes.
no, I did not clearly hear what you said. No, I promise. No, what I thought you said, VO. What I thought you said was cordless.
Oh,
That's what I thought you
okay.
said.
I'm sorry.
But y'all, the news people
I hate
misled.
them.
The news misled us.
Why
yeah.
And let me go here to
They
my
always
notes,
do.
because that's what Centerpoint is saying. Centerpoint, the governor, he was saying if they don't have things up and running, he need an explanation by July the 31st
Yeah,
as to why this happened.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
It is unacceptable that millions of Texans in the greater Houston area have been or were left without electricity for multiple days. Because mine was out for 5 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
And they came back and said, Centerpoint said, in response, Centerpoint said in a statement, our top priority is restoring power to the remaining impacted customers as safely and quickly as possible. Then they also said, Centerpoint also pointed out that initial forecasts said Beryl would miss Houston. And when this changed, it deployed 3,000 staff to respond to any damage.
Baby, Beryl came and sat on top of Houston and just had a feast on Houston, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I did. So my thing of it is, this is past our pay grade, y'all. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
So we can't figure out the grid and stuff like that. But I know one thing. The Whitmire said that Houston has been neglected.
Yeah.
And he's gonna try to get things straight. We have to. We want to stay Houston strong. The Centerpoint workers, it's not their fault, so don't take it out on them. It's bigger than they pay grade. It's the people that's the infrastructure. So they have to go back into the infrastructure and then be prepared for cold weather. The grid went out in February with that cold.
Yes.
So it's a sign. But I like to say this. But who's in control? God is in control.
God is in control.
And just know that. So we have to be guided, and he needs to lead us into the right path. And that's my prayer for Houston, that he lead, guide, and protect us from the rest of the season, because hurricane season has just begun.
It's just begun. Yeah. It's already just came and showed its tail.
We got some more information from Kara Ann. She said, because she worked for the Red Cross. So she said, her Red Cross does a program called Be Ready.
Yeah.
She said they should do that in our area as well. Yeah, because
you need radios, you need ventilation, and you need fire. So if you in the storm, it's always good to get your charcoal, lighter fluid, and things like that. It's don't try to stock up on meat. You don't have nowhere to put it when the electricity out.
That's another thing. We lost all groceries.
Beef jerky. Anybody got any ideas? Beef jerky, tuna fish, things like that. Boiled eggs. For your protein, peanut butter.
That's good.
Peanut butter. That's protein.
But see, when I went to the grocery store the day before it hit, I wasn't thinking, because the news people had me thinking, okay, I was like, well, maybe it'll just be a bunch of wind or whatever, but we'll still have electricity. No, so I wasn't thinking Beryl would do what it did.
It shifted north, because initially it was on Mexico. Going to Mexico, and then when it shifted towards Texas, it was going towards a path towards San Antonio, but before it got to landfall,
He was like,
north
let me take
again.
a dive to Houston. See
Towards
what's going
Here's
on.
the thing. Here's what I don't understand about that. Doesn't make sense to me is how do you strengthen after you land?
It's actually food. But two more things I that we need to have when to be ready. Gasoline in your vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, normally when a storm hit the gas pumps, because no electricity, you can't get gas. So fill your tanks up when you know, and from now until the season over, keep your tanks full because you might have to sit in your car for air.
Yeah.
Secondly, have cash.
Yes.
Because if you didn't have cash, you wasn't even able to buy anything.
You can't buy anything. The stores,
yeah,
they machines
stores didn't have power.
Yeah.
And then on top of that too, I mean, this is something, if you don't already, invest in a gas stove.
I have a gas stove that saved me.
Well, that's good. At least you was able to eat.
Yeah, and have hot water.
Get a gas stove, because I'm just like, to me, even if you have all that refrigerator, stocked with food, like Monday, because I didn't know that our lights was gonna come back on Monday evening, but I cooked up all the meat on our gas stove just to make sure wasn't nothing finna go to waste. Wasn't nothing gonna spoil. I had sausage, bacon. I had what we had? Some chicken.
Damn, I'm coming over that next time we have
I think
a crisis.
that's it. But like, I cooked up pretty much all the meat that we had just to make sure we didn't let no meat go bad. Because I'm just like, nah, if anything, baby, we finna eat.
Man, we made us a good big old pot of beans, baby. We had beans, we had ribs, and and we was able to heat up our food on the gas stove.
Yeah,
so that's a big investment. I know a lot of the new builds is all electric. But if you might want to invest in a versatile stove, gas and electric.
VO, did y'all have you got gas or electric?
No. When I built my house, I got all electric.
Yeah.
Me too.
One of my rental properties, I went all electric.
But I had a grill. I have two grills, with charcoal and the other one with propane. And the propane was out. And I didn't even feel like grilling, so I just waited on Whataburger to open up, and
Whataburger still closed in my neighborhood.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of food places closed.
The whole street.
Well, see, around in my neighborhood, Tuesdays, some places, businesses, restaurants had power.
Okay.
Which was freaking crazy because Tuesday, my neighbors across the street from me had power, but my side of the street didn't have.
That's what I was just getting at next.
And it come to find out that we're all on two different grids on my street, which is
that's crazy.
I was about to curse. I'm sorry, I was about to let it out, but that is crazy to have one street on two different grids.
Right.
Then, you got the same zip code though, right?
Yeah, same zip code and everything. And then I went through the neighborhood, kind of find out mostly everybody in the neighborhood had power except the people on my street.
Yes, well, I can relate.
But listen, my place of refuge, they were the only person in the whole block with power. My cousin.
Wow.
She was the only one that
had power.
But let me tell y'all what's funny. So in the inner city, I know y'all see there was a lot of looting. There was a lot of crimes being committed, a lot of fires and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you should cater to the inner cities, but you have these people with nowhere to go. Stuck in the inner city, this pitch black at night. We talking about your Third Ward, South Park. Then they did light up Sunnyside, thank God. But the stores closed. I'm talking about even in a 2-3 mile radius, they can't even walk nowhere because it's closed. So what do you think gonna happen? They start looting, they start stealing, they start breaking into the building, and Family Dollar was number one target. All the corner stores, gas stations. You really put people at risk. And that's the reason why I said, even in the inner cities, even if you're not putting the homes light on, give them a cooling center somewhere to go. Libraries or the stores, just hook those up and then come in. But just don't let the inner city be without.
Well, I did notice, like, as the days passed on, they
still out.
They started, they started opening up like stores for cooling centers. But like you said,
there's nowhere in the area over there.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta travel for it. Like you can't. It's not just like immediately available like in your neighborhoods. But
so they didn't have gas.
Yeah.
They didn't have money. They didn't have food. Yeah. They didn't have water and ice. And there are a lot of people homeless. It was a little war zone. It was I was like, God, I should just pull out my camera if the internet would have been working. And You know, you could even call out, and them people are still to this day do not have it. Old Spanish Trail and Scott, there's no power. And then you couldn't even get your meds because Walmart's and CVS was closed.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough, guys. It was rough.
We have to think
for
of those
Houston.
type of plans.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can't get to these areas. Let's get this Walgreens so people can get to their meds. Let's get this grocery store so they can get groceries. Now, one thing I can say about Sam Walmart, baby, he got some badass generators. Because baby, he was on and popping through this whole thing. Now you could go to Sam's Walmart.
The Arkansas boy. Shout out to Arkansas, my home state.
I mean, Walmart, people was in there charging their phone, sitting in the stores, and he didn't say nothing to nobody. So whatever Walmart has and help HEB, y'all need to get the same thing. Y'all need to get the same thing, stores. Invest in your generators. They said even the medical center wasn't. I had a friend that was scheduled for surgery that Monday and couldn't. Wow. They were out of pocket right there on
And
family.
here's the thing, like hospitals, if nowhere, like that's supposed to be the safe spot to go to. Like how y'all
have generators.
Yeah, like how y'all don't have power.
Yeah.
How y'all don't have power.
And we got Miss Sultry Love Jones. She said, my husband grilled on that pit using our pots and pans and made breakfast, lunch, and dinner, honey.
All right.
Said, amen.
That's good.
And then we have somebody like Paulo. She said, most of people are inconsiderate regarding Centerpoint electrician. All people must take breaks because you see Centerpoint workers sitting up, posting up.
Yeah.
They need breaks as well. Centerpoint electricians are helping as best as they can. And like we said, we do agree.
That's true.
We don't blame them. We talking about something that's bigger than their pay grade.
A lot of people do. A lot of people do blame them though, because we don't know. Yeah, true. They may have been on breaks, but how do we don't know?
Thing, though,
we just
like,
don't know.
The most important thing that we just have to make sure we do, because obviously, as much as we want to be frustrated with Centerpoint and all those other people, we have to make sure we do what we can to make sure that we're better prepared moving forward. Like I said, I know I'm going to invest in a generator and a floor fan. Like I said, you can get a floor fan for like $100, battery operated floor fan. Get everything battery operated. You can get you a small battery operated TV, radio. Like
it's gonna blow hot air, but at least it's ventilation.
Yeah, like get you something to where you can sustain. Like for real, because baby, just dry heat is just not gonna work. Baby, no. Let me tell you something. My daddy and my grandma had a generator. I said, baby, if the power wouldn't have came back on at our house, we was gonna be at my daddy and grandma, because it would have been blowing hot air, but it would have been blowing something.
I saw on the news.
My house is so hot. I got rid of evil spirits. Satan. I seen say y'all come on. Let's go.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
I saw on the news where this guy got out. They were on the highway. He got out of his truck. It was a Centerpoint truck that he saw. He went and got his them tire things.
Yeah.
And bust the glass. The man was sitting in there. The Centerpoint guy was sitting in there. He just bust the glass.
Oh wow.
I'm feeling a little sorry for the Centerpoint workers. I am because
I can't imagine. Like I say, we're frustrated.
But I seen some. They was hot.
I can't imagine that they're just like, okay, we're just not going to cut on people's hair. You know, we're just going to play with their time. I can't imagine that that's what they're doing, y'all. I know we're frustrated, but they're not sitting down, just working. You know what I'm saying?
But it makes you upset when you see, like Bashan was saying, when you see, I'm centered around everybody's electricity on except for ours. And when you see everybody, it's frustrating when you see that.
I felt
if you turn theirs on, how come you can't turn mine on?
I felt like
it's not that easy.
I felt like Snoop Dogg and Baby Boy. Remember that part of the movie when his lights was out in Yvette's house, and he was like, he looked out the window, he was like, everybody else lights on. What's wrong with mine? Let me go check the box down here. Y'all remember that? Y'all need to watch Baby Boy.
They turned the lights out on them.
They were trying to kick him. They were trying to kick him out and everything. But but I find it amazing they call this the great state of Texas, and our infrastructure sucks.
And it's supposed to be the energy corridor.
Grid. Yeah, exactly.
And 75-mile wind took us out like
man,
this.
the grid sucks.
It's crazy.
And I would like to tell people stop being mad at the workers. It's not the workers' fault, because they cannot work until upper management get their shit together. Sorry, Nick, I didn't mean to say that, but
Yeah, I understand you frustrated.
Yeah, but that week last week was ridiculous,
Last
man.
week was bad,
but you know, like I
it
said,
was.
it's upper management. You know, like the guys cannot do the work orders until they get the proper stuff, on the work orders, and they upper management give the okay.
Absolutely.
And get the money correct. That's all it's
Right.
about, money.
Right.
Right.
And not only
and people are
that,
suffering.
and don't be prideful, guys. Listen, if you got a home and you know your lights on and stuff like that, don't just sit up in your air and don't invite nobody in your house. You know, it'd be a little inconvenience there. Invite some family.
Don't be Joel Osteen.
I don't care if it's one. You might not invite 2 or 3 families, but invite one in.
Baby.
Somebody, just somebody.
We got a 4-bedroom house. Only 2 of them got beds. One is an exercise room. One is a computer room. But we had people sleeping on the couch. They made pallets on the floor.
Mhm.
Like, listen, I would rather be on your floor in some air than in my bed and hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Period. Like.
Yeah. And don't be prideful.
Yeah.
Go to somebody's house. Don't just sit there, and especially elderly. Elderly people do not want to leave their houses. Y'all got to get out those hot houses. Y'all cannot withstand it. I know y'all like heat. And I know y'all bones hurt, when the cold, but you got to get out those houses and go somewhere.
I'm going to make y'all laugh. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say now comparing, because Houston, Texas, or whatever, Texas always going through something because of the grid that we have. But we had a snowstorm back in 2021.
Yeah.
So a lot of people was comparing what would they rather be in.
Snowstorm me, baby.
What we just went through.
Baby, because I put on 4 I will put on
real.
4 covers or 4 blankets and be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Again,
I
got
get
a
butt
gas
naked
stove.
and still be hot.
Again, I have a gas stove. I'm good both ways.
You good both ways?
Yes, Lord, because I'm good in the winter because I can heat my house up.
Yeah.
And even my furnace is ran by gas.
Oh, okay.
So I can turn my heat.
We're gonna have to come over to your house and party.
That's where everybody was last time.
But y'all, this is another thing I kind of wanted to shed some light on. So again, obviously, y'all, Houston went through hell last week, pretty much. Even if your electricity was out for even an hour, like that's in the month of July, that's too long.
Yeah.
So whether it was a day or 5, everybody suffered last week. But here's the thing: if your friend circle, your family circle didn't check on you, even if they didn't have the means to say, hey, can I help you? A simple how you doing would suffice. A simple, hey, you all right? If your friend circle, if your friend circle didn't at least check on you, you better check your friend circle. Because I'm sorry, in times like this, you need to know somebody cares. You may not have the means to help, but you can at least reach out. We kept in touch. Everybody, we knew when each one of our lights came back on.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not
happy too.
Yeah, we was happy. And it's just like, I had a house full.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lord, I want to, I can't. But it's just seriously like, but at least I kept tabs on them to see, hey, y'all good? Y'all lights on?
If so everybody in y'all neighborhood lights on or just yours?
Oh no, our neighborhood came on.
The whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
So how did they choose what neighborhoods to fix first? Because that's another thing that people's talking about on the news.
They do choose.
Yeah, I think they
were saying the urban areas.
Because it's like, come on now.
They stuck the inner city out this time.
Yeah.
They normally deal with the inner city first. Because the rich people, they got generators. Why you hear them turn their lights on? They all got generators.
Yeah, they could have kind of suffered. Well, they not really suffering because they got generators. At least they ceiling fans blowing and they can sit after that.
Yeah, it's like, how did y'all choose who to cut on and what areas? I'm confused about that part.
I know most of them was choosing areas where hospitals were at, but that was
the
crazy
hospital was out.
Because you just saying they was out. So,
but I tell you this though,
craziness.
Well, that's a rare case because we all know most hospitals like they tend to pretty much do good in these type of situations. But I say this: if I was in a situation where I was somewhere and didn't have no family, no friends, to where I can reach out to, I will go to the hospital and I will sit in that waiting room and act like I'm there trying to visit a patient. I'll go take a shower in one of them showers, and I'll go to the cafeteria and eat me some food.
Sure will.
And then I'll go sleep in my car at night or do whatever. But
all Walmart.
Something like I'm saying this to give y'all some ideas for those who may not necessarily have that connection with family and friends. Hey, go to the hospital. They're not gonna kick you out the waiting room.
And keep gas in your car. That's what we did. We kept going to the car. So I know
we did too.
I know our cars have really took a beating too.
Yeah.
That engine is running. And then I know some people just rode around all day.
That's what we
You know,
did
all day
Tuesday
long,
until
just
we went
rode
to my
around.
sister's house.
And for
Yep.
some reason, Southwest side, they had a lot of
Cause you
gas
Southwest.
stations
I'm
and
Southwest.
stuff like that open too.
Yeah,
Well, not where you at.
Not where I am.
But
They
it was
wasn't
more
open.
like in the 59 Kirby area.
Yeah, I'm not in that area.
We had to go and have dinner one day.
That's what we did.
We went to Papacitos and it was so delicious. I don't know because we was hot or what. But baby was eating like some runaway slaves.
Man, best dinner ever.
But the bottom line is, y'all, we here today.
And we survived.
You know, and it's like just know, like, even if your lights and everything is still not back on, it's coming. I know it's better said than done, baby. It's coming. Find you somebody where you can go and you know lay at. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, try the hospital. Even if you just try all your resources. Don't
in the
be
daytime.
Yeah.
Too. Find somewhere to go in the daytime where it's hottest. At night you can because it cools down.
Yeah.
But during the day, try to find you somebody's house to go chill at. You know, during the daytime, and then that'll wear you out. You'll be nice and tired by the time you go home when you go to sleep, and it's cooler.
Yeah.
But don't sit in those hot houses. At 10, 11 o'clock, it's time for you to get out that house.
Yeah.
You can stay in the house till about 10 a.m., 11 o'clock at most. And you gotta go.
I remember the other day, I think it was last Wednesday. We went to go get some more clothes so we can go back over my sister's house. Marlon was like, Mama, can you hurry up? It's hot in here. What's taking you so long? So I was going as fast as I could. I'm like,
and take y'all some cold baths, cold showers.
I actually put ice up inside a Ziploc bag and I put them on my feet. Just to cool my whole body down, you know, and stuff like that. But y'all realize that, you know, how we depended on air up in Houston. It's humid, it's dry, and you cannot stand those hot houses like that. Find somewhere to go in the daytime.
Yes.
Go home at night.
Some people were sleeping in their cars.
Yes, I did. I slept one morning till like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We slept in the car. Then we went inside. When it was, you know, and fell asleep.
Now, if you're gonna do that, make sure you strapped.
Yeah, okay? I was strapped. Everybody in the car was strapped.
Make sure y'all strapped. Don't just be out here just sleeping in your car. You ain't got no gun now. Make sure you strapped.
In my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I stayed strapped.
Yeah.
Man, I was on guard the whole time.
I just want to know, and if anybody who's watching have any ideas for the people that lost food.
Well, they say if you register on FEMA, they're giving out $750 food vouchers.
Like I see a lot of that going around, but is that for real? Do you know anybody that actually got the money?
I don't know. You know, got it. Can anybody confirm they touched that money? Show us the money. Show us the money.
Yeah, also, I think you should reach out to Red Cross. Don't they have something in place?
Well, I reached out to the food stamp place.
They ain't talking about it.
They said that to contact the people that had food stamps. You have to have had it.
in
10 days or something like that.
But because I would like to recoup.
Man, for
the
real.
Food that I lost.
Yeah, we lost some food, y'all.
Yeah, a lot of food.
Yeah, get rid of that food.
And this is the second time.
Hang in there.
But I would say, you know, during this season, I think that's a lesson to all of us. Like, don't just like Tip. I think Tip said that a few minutes ago. Don't overstock. Like from now until like September, do not get just kind of like what you need and maybe a little bit more than what you need. But
unless
don't be
non-perishable.
Yeah, don't be overstocking those stuff that you gotta put on meat and stuff like that, because we are in a hurricane season, so don't overstock. Get what you need, and then that's it. That's it. And then Deborah Lee says some churches have food boxes. My church just did. My church just fed families on Friday. Different churches like.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, like go to like these black churches anyway. Yeah,
giving out water. And stuff like that, and I know Fountain of Praise, they gave out water and oranges today, and so just stay tuned.
And make sure y'all stay hydrated too.
Yeah, seriously, like don't overstock. Keep what you need so that if you don't have to worry about losing a big amount of stuff. If we get another hurricane, because if I'm not mistaken, it's another one that's brewing in the Gulf. And then it's some other names that they've already named that they're supposed to be coming.
Like Chris and all that.
Yeah. Chris, I think somebody said Chris already hit somewhere. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about Chris coming here.
Okay,
yeah. But Kara Ann said Red Cross will help, Bashan.
Help what?
will assist.
Okay.
Yeah.
They better than
Tell
FEMA.
us, give us
Yes.
a number. FEMA help, but they help 2 years later.
Yeah.
We need help
After the
now,
fact.
And
FEMA.
after
We need
20
help
years, they
now.
still ain't help for Sean.
For real. I need my coins and my paper from
You ain't getting
05, FEMA.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, like I was saying,
Oh,
y'all.
one more thing. And when you fill out FEMA, it's gonna say they haven't declared a disaster in your area. I was without electricity. I think that is a disaster.
Yeah.
At 100 and some degrees.
100-some degrees in
What-
Houston, Texas.
What would be considered a disaster that's not?
Right.
Of course, they're not gonna say.
Right.
What would be considered a disaster? No food, no gas, no lights, in extreme heat. What else? What could be more dangerous than that?
And I think I heard somewhere Biden has to declare.
He
this
did.
Has he already done
Abbott
that?
has to do it.
Oh, Abbott has to do it.
He has to. He
Oh,
has
hell,
to.
we
he has to
doomed.
do it.
Oh, he
How
already
will
said
they
level
not-
4 and 5.
Ain't nobody saw him.
Man, I heard
Have y'all
Abbott.
seen
I heard he
Abbott
was.
since
I
this
heard
going
he.
on?
I heard he was in Japan on a trip to Japan.
Oh, I ain't seen him.
He
He was
always
just on
getting
there
up out
talking
of
Put in
about
quotations
Silverpoint.
on business.
He's standing on business.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's why it's so important that
Rolling
we get
on
out
this.
here, y'all.
Oh,
We
man.
vote. We need to vote. And it's not, I know the presidential election is coming up, but every time an election comes, whether it's presidential, local, you need to go to those polls because clearly our governor isn't here. We haven't seen our governor since this whole thing. So it's important that we get out here and we vote.
And he shouldn't be
Vote.
hard to find in the wheelchair.
Yeah. It's
Where
crazy.
you at? Where are you? We need you.
We need you. Like this is, I mean, I don't know.
But y'all vote for him time and time again.
I don't know what
But
a
he
state of
won't-
emergency will be.
But he won't declare us as a, as a disaster, which will release the FEMA benefits.
Yeah.
That's
It's
probably
him.
what's going on with my application.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's go Democrats. I'm gonna say it. Let's go Democrats.
let's go.
Well, listen, I ain't gonna say that. I'm just gonna say, just please vote, y'all. Vote, vote, vote. Because like we gotta get out here, we gotta make some things. Because again, that whole before we got into the whole Beryl, we were talking about Project 2025.
Mhm.
If y'all don't get out here and we vote, y'all, if Trump get back in office,
Man.
listen, this Project 25 is gonna go forth.
Mm.
And it ain't, y'all need to, I know we kind of just touched on it, but go research Project 2025 and see what's at stake here.
Mm-hmm.
And if that don't get you to vote, I don't know what will, but do your research. Vote, vote, vote. Please vote. Ain't no such thing as my vote don't count. Get out there and vote. Period.
Mm. My Lord.
Period, y'all.
And
we
your-
gotta make some changes.
And your vote definitely won't count if you don't vote.
Yeah,
Right.
Absolutely.
That's a
Go
good
out
point,
there and
Rashawn.
vote.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we've been off last Monday, y'all, and we back again this Monday, and we just talking about it today. Everyday people, everyday conversation. We just talking about release some stress, being able to talk about it, and we all understand what each other of us went through. Thank God all of us have lights as of today. It was a long week. We know that there are some that have not had still don't have power, and we are praying for y'all. We praying for Houston. We praying for the whole universe. And at this point, God bless us all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Exactly.
And at this time, y'all, we have come to the end of our hour. So we want to thank y'all for chiming in. Again, Houston, we love y'all. If you are still with our power, keep the faith, go somewhere with somebody who does have power or who can help in any type of way. And just hold on, because change is coming. All right. Change is coming. Please vote.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, y'all, till next time, we're going to be here next Monday, same time, same place. Keep on rocking with us, because we're going to keep on rocking with y'all. Till next time, we love y'all. Peace.
Peace.